There are 5 patterns that show up in your game that add 10 strokes to your score without you even realizing. These are the 5 and how to stop them and break the pattern. The patterns that show up on the tee box. This is the area where we lose a lot of strokes. Why is it that this happens? Because we all want to smash the big dog, because our buddies think, well, if you're not hitting a big dog, what are you doing? Are you even playing golf? But hey, what if the big dog don't work for you? The other thing we're not doing, we're not taking a club off the tee, understanding that the tee ball is an in-play shot. It's not a get as far as you can shot. This has been muddled by the dingleberries of the strokes gained and whatever other faction in golf who are selling you junk. The main point of the tee shot to break the pattern is to think ball in play, ball in play, ball in play. That's it. On a par 5 like this, if I hit driver, I now have something in my mind. I have water right here and I have OB right. It doesn't mean because it's a par 5 I have to hit a driver. I have to get a ball in play to set up a stress-free second shot, a clear shot to set up my third shot. Remember, you want to hit a stress-free shot to another stress-free location to hit another stress-free shot. Which brings us on to the thing that gives us real drama and adds plenty of shots. It's compounding errors. What happens is we hit one out of bounds, we hit one in the water, and then we have to chase our score. We have to get a revenge shot. We have to make up for our loss. And this is the reason we compound our errors. It can all be nullified and stopped if we just go, hey, from here, what can get me in play? This is going to be determined by your skill level. If you're not able to get a driver in play reliably, hey, don't hit it. You're not a pro. You don't have to do it. What is it that's going to get you in play on this hole? 7-iron, 6-iron, hybrid, 3-wood, 5-wood. Whatever it is, that's what you got to play. Now you avoid the pattern of lost balls and penalties from the tee, and you avoid compounding your errors because you stop the ability to compound the error. So if I take a little hybrid here, I'm not even like hitting it hard. I just want to get it in play to avoid the water. And from there, I can make some more attacking shots. Hey, you know what? I might not even be feeling that confidential today. I can tee up a 6-iron nice and high. Whoa, it's in play. Nowhere near the OB. But if you're standing over a shot on the tee box and you're not 110% committed to the shot, you're thinking about going OB, thinking in the water, that's a pattern that has to stop by eliminating the club that does that. If it's a driver, it's a driver. If it's another one, it's another one. Whatever you have to do to get the ball in play, stop the pattern. The third pattern that adds plenty strokes to people's games is hitting the ball inside the well-known no man's land of 40 to 80 yards. No man's land, 40 to 80 yards, is a well-known place where it's difficult to control the distance. On our full shots, we have more inclination to hit the ball left and right of the pin, but on the shorter shots, it's the exact same thing, except instead of being a panty liner like this, it now takes a panty liner like that lengthways, because now you've got to control the distance. The reason people get into this range here is duffed shots on approach, and then the next thing is you're hitting as long as possible without thinking about setting up your free throw distances. A free throw distance starts with your first wedge. Then you have them going back in terms of your pitching wedge, your 52 degree, and then below your full shot wedge, you have these partial shots. You may have 1 or 2 that are your free throw distance that you can hit, and that's what I'm talking about. We need to use a system that we implement a shot we can hit here. Instead of getting, this is what happens, you get into the zone and now you go, boom, pin focused, and you lose sight of where you can actually put the ball with the shot you actually have. So getting it as long as possible leaves you awkward shots, but they don't have to be awkward if you have a system. And the system is to actually define those shots. These can be free throw distances too. And you do this by taking your wedges. I have 4, pitching wedge, 52, 48, and a 56, and you create a 9 o'clock swing. You swing to 9 o'clock with the arm, and 90 degree with the shaft, 9 o'clock. You're going to add 4 new distances to each of those wedges. You can practice this very, very quickly. That's the system. Here's the other part of the system. Fit the ball between the front edge and the back edge. Change your line. If I go at this pin here, there's minimal green behind the pin. I can go off the back. If I move toward the right, I have a lot more green. So I want to go to the fat part of the green, fitting it between the front and the back edge of the green, not exactly the pin distance. And that's on the front. And the reason why I highly recommend not getting in the no man's land and laying it back more to your free throw distance with wedges, even PGA Tour pros do not have the ability to gauge the distance and hit the distance they want very, very well. They are much better actually from 80 to 120 than they are from 40 to 80 in terms of distance from the hole after their shot. Zone, you can define your own no-man zone too, right? If you have a full wedge from 80 yards, wow, that's a pretty good number. You can fit that free throw distance between the front and back edge of the green. Can enough be said about the Red Tiger rangefinder? I don't like to talk about it that much. It's a very secretive thing I keep on the channel. But this one is about 100 to 120 bucks. Slope on the side, meters and yards, magnet on the side, USB-C type charging. I've only charged it once in a year and a half. Absolutely money. Check the link in the description. This video is brought to you by Red Tiger. Not Pink Panther, not the White Elephant, Red Tiger. A pattern I see very, very often is not understanding the short side, and then once you are in the short side, accepting that as a short side and just taking your medicine. The short side is where you're on the side of the cup, where your carry to the green is much more than the distance between the fringe and the hole. Sometimes there's danger behind, like here, there's a bunker behind there, and I have to hit to the pin cut tight on the side onto a downhill. So if I get too aggressive, I can roll off the green. Now that's a short side. But the most important factor here is G-I-O-T-G, GIOTTIGER, get it on the green. Remember, it's a very simple phrase, but people forget it. They try and get cute, and they open the face up, and then they do that. Now that is exactly what I'm talking about. Now you have another chip, because your brain knows, hey, hang on, you don't have the skills here, and we're trying to be too cute. So all we have to do, find the longest part of the green. If we go over to the pin, there's minimal green, it can go off the green. We go to the left, there's much more green there, and we get aggressive and just get the ball on. I see so many people just three putting because of unawareness of the slope. That's the cause of the pattern of three putts. We need an intention to create the action in our body. That intention fires our brain to send the message with the familiarity we have with the slope and with the putter to get that ball to where we want it to go. On the downhill, I now look at a spot short of the cup. I gauge how steep it is. I can see I'm about this far above the cup. That's quite a lot, probably a foot above the cup. And I see a little left to right slope. Let's say I don't take enough, okay? Let's say I just go straight at the hole. The intention is to finish the last 4 feet. Let gravity take that. So let's look at the cup 4 feet short of the real cup and get the intentionality and the rhythm and feeling for that. Now let's give that a little go. Just trusting the body to do it, right, from the brain connection. And we get the pace kind of right. Look there, we went at the hole, we didn't know where it's going, but the pace is perfect, leaving us a short putt. The pace is so important, and it comes with knowing the 4 skills of putting. Read the green, line up your putter to the intended line, that's a skill. Stroke the ball on the line, the intended line, start it on that line, and then have the correct speed. We're just dialing in how we do this. The hole is 4 feet short of that cup. I'm looking at it. I step in behind the ball, make sure I'm lined up. One more look at where I want to go, and just give it a little stroke-a-doodle-doo, and look at that pace control. Look at that pace control. And it's not that I'm superb. I was a very bad putter. I just decided to let my brain create the intention, give me the rhythm, and let the body accept it, switch the mind off, and go. This coconut upstairs needs to be empty. It takes practice. Hit the putting green, the pattern's going to break. Stop these, you're going to be a much better golfer. The scores come down quick, quick, quick. Believe me, I'm the man. Check this video over here. Okay.